So I'm in my hometown, Jersey City, and if you see my videos and my live streams, you're seeing how much I like bike lanes and how much I say, a lot of cities, they should implement more bike lanes. So it so happens that a viewer and who is also a voluntary with Bike Jersey City reached out to me to talk about an issue in the Jersey City Heights section with a bike lanes. I don't really know much about the issue, but she wants to give me like a brief history about it and give me a tour around. So I got my bike with me. We're gonna be biking around. Not sure what's going on during the day. We'll find out, but I think it's gonna be like a nice adventure, Not only to check out, get to know the community, but also biking around, making a video about it. So without further ado, join me. I'm supposed to be over there around 1 o'clock. So I'm gonna head towards the Heights right now, so let's do it. So good thing today is Sunday, so not much traffic. So it should be easy for me to bike around there. Summit Avenue, gonna head towards the Heights. Here you can see how fast it's been developing. I remember when I moved here, they were building these buildings, and it's already open and people living in it. There are more skyscrapers in the back. Right here on Summit Avenue in the Journal Square section. And to my right is the Motor Vehicle Commission. Zip Avenue over here. And look how tall they build this building. It's a little bit windy over here. Path train is over that way. And you can see the street, how it looks like. The Magnolia Square is over here. And if you go straight down, it takes you to the path train. And the beautiful street art they got over here, So it's pretty nice what's happening in the neighborhood. And the regular street over that way. Okay, now let's keep going straight. See more developments happening over here while I'm biking. I could really use the bike lane. So I think I have an idea what I'm trying to get into today. Like I say, today is easier to bike because it's Sunday. This street that I'm biking is pretty wide, so I could really use a bike lane. And I've said this many times, as much as they're developing a lot of buildings over here, they really need to work on the pavements of the roads. A lot of roads out here are in bad shape. Look at this. So they really need to get their stuff together out here in Jersey City. Here's another development. So they're literally popping tall buildings all over Journal Square. But in the roads, nice and bumpy. Feels like I'm on a freaking roller coaster. The way how I ride this, I'm bumping. You even got to be careful when you bike, because you don't want to trip or jump off the bike and stuff. So this passes over the highway, then where you see these buildings ahead of me is the beginning of Jersey City Heights. And if you go down here underneath, it'll take you straight into the Holland Tunnel in Manhattan. So I'm supposed to meet up by the park, by Summit and Manhattan Avenue, so I'll see what goes on over there. And you see how the vibe changes out here. This is the Heights. And it looks pretty empty because it is Sunday today. So it should be like a peaceful afternoon ride. I feel like in a couple more blocks, I should be in my destiny. It's always good to look, just mostly nice apartments, residential area. And here's a local park. It's a beautiful local park right here in the Heights, surrounded by mostly apartments and residential units. So really excited to see what's going on. Okay.
The first step is for them to agree to put in $162,000 of city money to get an engineering firm to design what the $670,000 will be used to do. Mm-hmm. It's a bikeway grant, so it's for a bike lane. Protected bike lane. A protected bike lane, which is good for like kids, like seniors, anybody who's kind of inexperienced, who needs it, is not comfortable riding in with cars.
True.
Which is a lot of people. I don't like riding with cars, but I do it because, I hate driving even more, right?
Yeah, me too.
So we want to ride the corridor with you and show
you
everything that it will connect. For Beatrice lives here. I live, down toward Communipop, but Anne, who maybe you saw come
with the baby, with the little
with
girl.
a lot of people.
Oh, you got.
We're here with the
they were here, yeah.
Yeah, they're just the next block over.
Oh,
and they
cool.
bike too.
Nice.
Yeah. Is that okay with you? Take about 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'll just do whatever you want. I'm down. I'm excited. All right, so we're gonna do a bike tour, a corridor. I think the first one takes like 30 minutes. I'm excited to see where this goes, so let's go. They got some really nice bikes. Look at that. I love it.
This is the work
Community.
I can park it outside.
So you only pay like $97 for this bike?
$90 in during the pandemic.
Oh wow, yeah, I paid $260 for this. During the pandemic, it's still going.
The first grant is for Manhattan to be one way.
Okay. So basically this street, the proposal is to make it one way, you know. That way you share it with the cars and the bike lane. So I think it's a good idea, you know. That way it makes it safer for people to bike around.
Yeah.
People double parking. Let's go around.
Eventually connect all the way to Secaucus.
Really?
Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, it is a great ride. I'm hoping to do another big group ride from
Yeah.
Hoboken to Secaucus. It's like kind of a cross, connect the county,
Yeah.
you know.
Because one thing I noticed about Secaucus, as close as it is, it's really hard to get there if you don't have a car.
It's like an island. Like you just take it out, you can't get
It's
in.
isolated.
It's isolated.
Yeah.
It's isolated, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be. They can
There's
do better.
A really nice flat road that goes all the way there, right
Yeah.
in front of the Goya.
So the bike lane would start like over down there?
One block down.
Yeah,
Liberty.
One block. Oh yeah, Liberty.
And that's
And it's gonna go all the way up.
It's going to go all the way up,
All the
all
way
the
up
way
there.
to Palisade,
That'll be good.
almost to Hoboken. So eventually, you get from Hoboken to Secaucus, maybe.
Oh wow. So you connect two cities in one.
Eventually, it's going to take some
Hopefully,
time.
yeah.
And there
because-
would be Sharrows from Tunnelly to Liberty.
Okay.
Which we're not really big fans of Sharrows, but at least
It's okay for
Hey, it'll
now,
do.
you know?
at least
It'll
it's
do.
like, hey, we're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Just want it to be just half. Let's just do half. Just do 5 blocks. Just do 6 blocks. And
Yeah.
we're saying you've got the money for all 11 blocks, so this
They
is
can
what
do
it
11
could get
blocks.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what it could get you. It could get you from Liberty to Palisade, totally protected.
Yeah.
But you do need to make the streets one way.
They
for
should,
it
yeah.
to fit.
I agree with that. So we're gonna head towards Palisades. So now I'm seeing what they're saying, you know.
Most people are nice. They're just really impatient.
Yeah,
They're frustrated because they're stuck.
true. So I can see what they're saying, you know.
Bike lanes are freedom.
Yeah. So this over here is a little bit tight, you know. Luckily, some cars are letting us pass by. But they say, you know, one side could be a parking, another side a bike lane, and then the cars going one way. So now we're gonna head towards Palisades. So I like the concept and the idea. You know, hopefully the city, the officials, do what they gotta do to improve, you know, the quality for all the residents of Jersey City. Some of the cars, they pass by fast. This one's going good. But I literally saw a car literally rushing up the hill. But it's really good to be with a voluntary, you know, group tour. I like doing this kind of stuff. Meanwhile, the street is right next to the park. So I could visualize the beauty, you know, it could be like an example like Amsterdam in the Netherlands. That'd be really cool. And this is the famous Central Avenue, which is like the main street of the Heights. And you can see there's a bike lane over here, but we're gonna make a detour over here in this street, Franklin Street. So I guess also the main purpose of these bike lanes is to connect parks, schools, you know, places that are pretty accessible. I like the concept. Look at the street art. So here you see it's a local school, so it'll be nice to have the bike lane share with pedestrian with the school. Yeah, the street here is beautiful. And the houses are pretty nice. Getting a little bit windy, but the weather is actually pretty pleasant. And you got the speed bumps so people don't go, you know, pretty quick. Nice houses they got here, so.
Well, since we're here, we have to go see the little urban farm.
Yeah, why not? So it's a little local gardening over here with chickens. It's actually an urban farm. Look at all the chickens out here.
And ducks.
Let's see if this chicken's blessed us with cheap eggs.
She says she sells duck eggs too.
She sells duck eggs.
And chicken eggs.
So I guess no more supermarket eggs.
And then she's got honey because she raises the bees.
Oh wow. Oh, Stacey's a crazy chicken lady.
Yeah, her name is
Hello, camera.
Urban Quack is her handle. Urban Quack.
Okay.
is
Oh, they got a
her
rabbit.
handle.
Nice. So I've been around here a couple of times and never knew they had a community garden, oak fence and community garden, and it's actually pretty beautiful, pretty nice. Oh, wow, they even got the street art. This is cute. gorgeous. And this is all about volunteers and community. You know, I like this type of stuff in the city.
Yeah, what a great reuse,
So
right?
I'm so happy for the
Yeah,
invitation.
edging the garden, yeah.
And look at the street art. Wow, it's pretty beautiful. Nice.
So this is where all the food is grown. This is like butterfly garden and some natives and just like lovely things. And then here
Oh, wow.
we'll have all kinds of tomatoes and herbs and squash. There you see an old sign for the tomatoes here. And they just started with the irrigation. So that last year I think was the first year they did it. That was really successful.
Nice. So this park I covered a couple of times, Riverview, which got a nice view. But I never knew there was a garden right here ahead of me.
So people actually rent. Everybody just helps, and you can go help yourself to whatever food is there.
Oh,
it's
okay.
just like this very open community thing. This one is locked, and you pay. You rent your spot, and then you grow your stuff there. But then you know that that's all yours, and you can do whatever you want there.
Wow, that's
no
cool.
one's gonna mess with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So two different styles of community gardening.
So they literally renovated this park and recently opened it. Wow. That's okay. They recently reopened this park. No wonder I noticed it, like it's a little bit different. Please stay out of the planted area. So they try to keep it nice and clean. Little behind the scenes, they're trying to film a little
Okay,
video
so
out here.
Before you've heard a lot about how there are, cyclists on the sidewalks and there's conflict on the sidewalks between pedestrians and people riding bikes. So we just want to put out a PSA. Just remember, if you're on a bicycle, you belong in the street. The street belongs to you. Ride in the street whenever possible. We are working on making the streets safer for people to ride their bikes in the street and not on the sidewalk. However, if you do feel that you have to ride on the sidewalk for safety reasons, please do so at walking pace.
People are unhappy with cyclists on a sidewalk. As a cyclist, if I had a protected bike lane, I wouldn't ever need to go on the sidewalk. So I hope that we get more protected bike lanes. Occasionally I will get on the sidewalk if I feel very unsafe in the street. And if I am on the sidewalk, I'm very careful with pedestrians, and I hope all cyclists that maybe choose to ride on the sidewalk at some point for safety reasons yield to the most vulnerable user, kids, people that are older, and really anyone walking. Pass very slowly, like at walking speed. Let them know you're there if you're coming up from behind them. They smile. Smile helps. Be thoughtful, be careful, be gentle, be courteous when you ride.
So that was a nice little ride with great people. Heading back home and I'll do the outro over there. But a pretty nice day out here. And so that was really good, meeting with voluntary community members, Jersey City Bike. And I'm not gonna lie, I really had a blast today, not only getting to know more about them, but like knowing more about, the plans they wanna do, which I think is a really good idea. And then I had a blast biking around, exploring a little bit more of Jersey City Heights, which is not far from here, but it's like a lot of hidden gems that I don't even know about. But shout out to, the great people that I met today. But yeah, it was really good, a nice video. And I hope in the summer I can join some of their massive bike rides, and explore more around the Hudson County area. So yeah, that was really nice and pretty interesting and a different type of video. So I'm gonna wrap up the video over here. I hope you guys enjoyed this little simple short video biking around, in Jersey City. So stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.